Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to the channel. So in this one, we're going to go ahead and start working with creating pages, creating components, and also we're going to be creating routes. So this video from now is going to be interesting because the hard part of the video is already over. Now we're going to go ahead and start making use of everything that we've created, and we're pretty much going to go ahead and start joining things together. So that's what we're going to be doing. Do make sure to drop a like on this video, consider subscribing as it really means the world to me. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to open up my code editor over here and I'm going to close up all this. The first thing that we need to do is go ahead and start creating out the components, the views, and other kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. I'm going to close up the backend API, close up the use context. We don't need any longer. Close up the utils. We don't need that any longer. Also, the app CSS. I don't even think that we need that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that file. Delete the app test. Delete the index CSS. I don't think we need the index CSS. Do we need it? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. The index.js, we're also gonna leave it. The logo SVG, let's get rid of it. The reports web thing, let's get rid of it. The setup test, we got rid of it. And I think that's pretty much all we need. Then let's come over here and the index HTML. There are a couple of things that we need to fix over here. If we come back, we should see an error. So it says cannot get this reports web blah 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 thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and start fixing up a couple of things. This should be on the same line so it doesn't look weird. Okay, this is just normal HTML header, so you guys don't think like there is any special thing going around here. I'm gonna remove all those comments. So if you take a close look, then you're gonna see that this is just our normal HTML. Okay, no script. I'm gonna remove this. So there you go, everything is looking great. Now we're getting this error that says, hey, I'm looking for the report web vital in front end authentication source. Let's go ahead and look for this. So I'm going to come over here, open up the index.js. So this is where that issue is coming from. I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of this also. Index CSS, do we have anything like that? Yeah, we have. I'm going to leave it. So I think this should be working well again. There you go. We have this app showing up over here now. So that's because in the app, this app.js over here, as you can see, we have app. So whatever we do over here is definitely going to show up over here. Okay. So you know what? I'm just going to put it side by side now. I don't know if that's okay by you guys, but let me just put it side by side. Then we're going to go ahead and continue working. Okay. So we are not doing anything in the utils again. What I want to do now is go ahead and create a new folder. I'm going to close off the public, close off the source. So in the source, I'm going to create a new folder in the source called views. So views is pretty much going to be like where our home page, the login page, and all the stuff that we're going to be needing are going to be sitting. Okay. So in the views, I'm simply going to right click and I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call it homepage.js. Simple as that. And we need a couple more. We need the login page, the register. So I'm going to hit login page.js. We need another one. That one is going to be the register page. I can just call it register. Okay, no issues with the page thing. So home page, login page, register page, and I think that should be it. I think we need one more. That's going to be like the one for the protected route or the dashboard. Let me just call it the protected routes. Okay, or you know what, I'm going to call it dashboard. So I'm going to say dashboard.js. There you go. As simple as that. So in all this, I'm going to open this up. So in all this one, I'm simply going to hit RFCE. So it goes ahead and create this boilerplate thing for us. And if you don't have this extension that helps create this boilerplate code, you can type it out manually. As you can see, we just imported React, created a simple function, returned something in the function and exported it. But if you need the extension, this is it over here. It's called ES7 React native snippets, Redux, and the React thing. Let me look for it so you guys can actually see the logo and you can go ahead and look for it. Okay, so you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. So ES7, that's not showing up in my installed. I need it to show up in my installed over here. So let's just look for it gently. We should see it. There you go. This is it. ES7 plus React Redux React native snippets. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to come over here again. I'm going to say RFCE. This one is going to be login page. I'm going to say RFCE. This one is going to be the register. And finally, RFCE is going to be for the dashboard. So that's pretty much all we need to do. I'm going to go ahead and close up all those pages also. And for now, I think that's pretty much all we need to do. Let's go ahead and open up the app.js. Okay, so we open up the app.js and let's this one over here. Now I also did the same thing over here, RFCE, so it creates this for us. Now we need to go ahead and start importing a couple of things. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna import, we can import the the login, the register, the protected page, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna say import. Let's start from dashboard. Let's see if it imports that. Oh, don't tell me we have to manually do that. That's gonna be a drag. But let's just go ahead and keep doing it. But before importing all the pages, can we start by importing the routes? I think those are the main thing. So I'm simply going to say import and let's put in a bracket over there, not a bracket like a curly bracket. Then I'm simply going to say from React router DOM, this one over here. And the first thing that we want to import is the browser router, that one over there. And let's import this as router and also route and also switch. Okay, so we import this as browser router, route, and switch. That's all we need to do. Now, the next thing that we need to do is go ahead and import the private route. So remember the private routing that we created. So I'm going to say import private route. I don't know why it doesn't autofill again. It's initially autofills. And over here, I'm just going to come over to slash utils. This is it over here. Slash private route. There you go. And we also need to go ahead and import the, I think, the auth provider. Yeah, we need to import auth provider from the auth context. So we need to say import auth provider. Oh, there you go. It imports the auth provider. That's perfect. And what else do we need to import? I think that's pretty much it for now. Let's go ahead and import the home page. So I'm gonna say import home page. So let's just say import home page from, and how can we locate the home page? I think one slash, then views, then slash, then home page. There you go. So let's put this down in, I think in three more places. There's going to be the register. This one is going to be the register page. Let's just put that in a register page. This one is going to be the login page, and also we need to make sure that we'll put it in here. And finally, we have the, I think the dashboard, right? Yeah, the dashboard. So I'm going to copy the dashboard and put it down there. Let's space this out a bit so we know that's the first one, that's the second one, and that's the last one. Okay, there you go. So after that, that's pretty much what we need to do for now. We are getting 4 errors. Let's see what errors are. So you said export use history was not found. And okay, we're pretty much getting export redirect imported as redirect was not found. So could the issue be from here? Let's comment this out and see what's going on. One error. Expected an assignment function called instead saw raw expression. Let me put RFCE. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the issue is. Okay guys, I think for the other errors that we're getting, we seem to have fixed them. It's remaining only this one, and there seems to be some issue with using latest version of React Router DOM with the functions or with the code that we've implemented before. So what I simply did was I uninstalled the React Router DOM that we had. We initially had the 6.1, the 6th version, but I just uninstalled it and installed the 5th version. I just went one step back. So I'm just gonna scroll all the way up to my code so you guys can see actually what I did. So if you take a close look over here, then you can see that. Let me just get to the top again. Hopefully I can still see it. I'm just gonna say I need to do that in here. So I'm gonna say npm uninstall. So as you can see, I uninstalled npm uninstall React Router DOM. So after uninstalling it, it actually successfully got uninstalled. Then I simply did npm install then React Router DOM 5.0. So you want to explicitly install the 5.2.0. okay, now in the future tutorials I'm going to go ahead and start using the 6.0 after I've actually done a research on it and find out how to fix all the issues. So yeah, we pretty much fixed all the issues apart from this one that we are getting over here. So this is saying it's expected an assignment or a function call and instead saw an expression, unused expression. Okay, I think I found out the issue. So over here, I think we are not supposed to have this brackets over here, or the curly brackets. Okay, let's just get rid of them. And seems there is one more issue. It's like I removed the wrong one. Yeah, I did remove the wrong one. I'm gonna get back. So those are the ones we're supposed to remove. You're supposed to remove this one, remove this one, remove this one also, and remove this one. Then there you go. That's fixed it. Okay. So yeah, we're not supposed to have those brackets over there. So all this can actually be on the same line. It's just that we are splitting them over. So there are no needs for the brackets. Okay. So if you've done those two things, then you should have fixed your code. Firstly, you should uninstall the React router DOM that we are using and install version 5.2.0. Then that should fix the initial errors that we're getting, the initial import errors. Then you need to remove the brackets to go ahead and fix this recent errors that we are getting now. So yeah, we can go ahead and head back to the app.js, this one over here now. And as you can see, we've got this div over here. We can go ahead and get rid of this div. I don't think we're gonna be needing this div for anything. Then just go ahead and create a route, and we need to wrap this in. Okay, we can actually open up this angle brackets, and we can put in the router in here. So in here, that's where we're going to be creating all the routers that we're going to be needing. I'm going to go ahead and split this apart. And we also need to create the auth provider. Okay, so the auth provider, and also we're going to go ahead and split this apart. And now you can go ahead and start calling things like your navbar in here, or whatever that you're going to be using. Okay, so let's say that we're gonna have a fixed navbar, then we can go ahead and call it in here. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but if you don't understand, I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. So from over here, I'm gonna create a navbar, and let's just put this in here, navbar. We don't have this file already, so it should throw an error. So we just need to come over here and say navbar.js, as simple as that. And over here, I'm gonna say rfce, and as you can see, it shows the navbar over here. On our site, we can still set this up. Let me try refreshing this page. There you go, nothing is showing up over there again. So if we come over to the app and we grab this navbar thing that we've got over here, and we simply just open up curly brackets like this and put the navbar, and we get back here and refresh. What do you notice? This is the navbar. We have it, it's showing up over here. You know what, I'm gonna put this side by side so we can see everything that we are getting. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it like this, and over here we should have our nav bar. Okay, there you go, we have our nav bar. It's looking pretty cool. Now we can go ahead and grab our HTML code and put it in there. Okay, so I've got the template for you guys. Actually, if you open this up, it shouldn't be there. I'm gonna open up this folder over here, others. Now we've got this authentication template thing. This is it over here. So if we let me open this up in my Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to open this up with code. That's Visual Studio Code, and let's start grabbing things like the navbar. So the navbar should be the same for all the pages. We don't want to keep repeating the navbar. And yeah, so one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab let's grab everything that we have in the head over here. I'm going to grab everything that we have in the head. I'm going to get back to our React file over here. Open up the index. So hit Ctrl P on your keyboard so you can search for index and open up the index HTML page. And we just need to go ahead and paste this at the top. So that's pretty much bootstrap thing. Then over here we should see that that's gonna take a bootstrap shape. Okay, it's having actually taken the bootstrap shape. We need to still put in I think the scripts. Yeah, so just grab the scripts. Then we need to get down here just below the body. Then we need to paste this down here just like that. And hopefully this should get the bootstrap thing, right? I don't know. Seems not to be getting the bootstrap theme. But yeah, while we're still on this, let me just go ahead and grab our header. So hopefully we have this navbar thing over here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the navbar like that. And we want to put this in our navbar over here. So just get rid of this. And you can put this here like that. And as you can see, this is going to throw an error. That's because we need to end this off with a slash so that error is gone. There you go, everything looks good. So over here seems there is an issue. I think it should be a style issue, this one over here. So what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out the style, and this should fix the issue. Okay, so as you can see, everything is working perfectly well, but you can see the logo is really large, and we can't seem to see every other thing in the navbar. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and give this a style. So remember, we removed up a style from here, and it actually broke the code which made the logo now big. So we're gonna add the style back, but this time around we're gonna be doing it the React way. So you want to open up, type in the style attributes, then you want to put 2 curly brackets. Then in here, that's where we're going to go ahead and add in the width. So for the width, you want to do something like this, then put in the percentage that you want to use. I'm going to say 20px for a start. Let's see what we've got. So as you can see, that's way too small. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's bump this up to 120. So I'm going to bump it up to 120 and let's see. Okay, this is beginning to look even better, right? Okay, so that's it. Now another thing that I want to add, let's just say I want to also add the padding. So I'm going to say, let's just add, like a 6px padding to the top, bottom, and everywhere around there. So yeah, that's it. Everything is looking great. If you come over here, it seems to be responsive, and we also got this. So hopefully you're following along with everything that we're doing. So wherever we call the navbar and wherever we call this navbar component, we're going to display this. So if for any reason in the app.js we call the navbar over here like 3 times, then what do you notice? We're going to have this in 3 places. Okay, let's see why it's not loading up. I'm going to refresh this. Okay, I'm going to comment this out. Let's see if we still. So wherever we call the navbar components, we're going to get the navbar. So if you come over here, you can see that we have this navbar thing. And if for any reason we get back to the app.js and comment the navbar out, then as you can see, it's gone. Okay, so that's it for the navbar. Now, what's the next thing that you want to do? Let's go ahead and start displaying every other page. Now, I'm going to add in a switch. So the switch over here, it's just going to be like that. Now, this is where we're going to go ahead and start adding in the routes and all the things that we want to add. So I'm going to start off with a private route, this one over here. We're going to have a private route. And I want you to follow along with everything that's going to go on here. The first thing that we need in here is a component. Okay, so what component is going to be for this private route? So the components that I want to add to the private route is going to be the dashboard. Okay, so for a user to access the dashboard, they need to be authenticated. Okay, so hopefully you understand everything that's going on. And it seems there is some issue. I'm just going to remove. I'm going to get back. And what I just want to remove, I'm going to remove this one. Seems it's removing everything at the same time. I'm going to give a slash over there, and let's copy the private route and put it in there. There you go. But seems we're getting an issue. Let's see. So it says export default imported as private route was not found in utils private route. Are you sure we exported the private route thing? Okay, let's see. So this is the private route. I'm going to open up the private route. Actually, seems we can't find private routes in here. As you can see, we didn't export the private routes. So what we simply need to do is in the private routes, make sure that you're in there. Then you want to go ahead and export. So I'm simply going to say export default. So this was what I was trying to tell you guys. If you don't export the function that you created, you're not going to be able to access it in any other place. Okay. So right now, as you can see, our error is resolved, and now we can access it in here. Perfect. So if for any reason now, okay, let's go ahead and create, the URL, or yeah, let's just say it's going to be the URL to access the private route. So in here, alongside the components there, it can take other attributes like paths. So what path should this go to? Now this is going to be //dashboard. So whenever we come over to //dashboard, that's where we want to access this. So right now I'm going to go back and let's try coming over to dashboard. Okay, what do you notice? We come over to dashboard because we are not logged in. It redirects us back to the login page. But right now you can't see anything because we don't actually have any page that's going to go ahead and, show up everything as we needed them over there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and for now we don't have anything in the dashboard page. Let's go ahead and create you know what, I'm going to do the login, register, and the homepage right now. So for the login, register, and homepage, we're going to use routes this time around, not private route. Okay, so I don't want to get this. I'm gonna remove this one over here. I just want to use one. Okay, so in here it's gonna be routes, just like this. And for the routes, it still takes in the same thing that the other one took in. It's gonna take in a component, and the components for this one. Okay, let's start off with the login page. Okay, so I'm gonna say login page. Seems the autocomplete isn't working on my PC now, so I'm gonna click the login page. There you go. And also we need to pass in a path for this. So I'm gonna come out of there and I'm gonna pass in the path. So you can actually put this in the curly brackets, or you could just do it like this, login. Okay, but to get that error out of there, we need to add in a slash over here at the back so that we can see everything that's going on. So right now, let me come over to the login page and see if we've got anything in the login. Let's see the login page. Where is the login page again? There you go, that's the login page. So we have this, but it seems we can't still get anything in the login page. We're not still seeing anything there. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this, and let's even comment out the navbar and see if we can see anything in the login page. Okay, there you go, the login page is showing perfectly well, but it's because the navbar was there, that's why we can't see anything in the login page. Okay, so right now we have the login page. You know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and copy the login page template and paste it in there now, so we can see everything that we need for the login page. So I'm going to come over to my desktop and come over to the orders, and I'm also going to come over to the authentication frontend templates. So if you check out the link in the description, you're going to download those templates for free from my GitHub repository, and it's totally free. Just go ahead and click the link and download it. Okay, so this is the login page. I'm going to open this up in VS Code. Just drag and drop it in one part of the VS Code, just like this. And for the nav, I don't think we need the nav again. What we just need is the section. So I'm going to copy the section. How about the footer? Do we need the footer? Okay, yeah, let's just say I'm going to copy the section and the footer. I'm going to copy the both of them. And in the login page, that is this one over here, I'm going to go ahead and paste it. So over here, I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. Okay, but seems we've got a couple of issues. Let's see. So firstly, we got this footer over here, and I think it's breaking up some things. Oh yeah, footer class. It seems we didn't copy everything in the footer page. So you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the footer again, and I'm gonna paste it here, down here, and let's remove those comments things so we don't have any issue breaking our code. There you go. So let's see what's the problem. It says we've got a style over here that's not the basic. This is the kind of style that we got over here, and this is not what we need. So there is something that I'm going to show you guys now. There is actually a site that can help translate your HTML code into JSX. Okay, so I'm going to come over to HTML to JSX. I already have this in the toolbar. If you take a close look, then you can see that I have a tool bookmark over here where I've stored all the tools that I usually use for development to make my life easier. Then if I come over here now, all you need to do is just copy the HTML code and paste it in there, and it's automatically going to turn it into JSX, which means that if we have things like class, which should be class name, it's automatically going to go ahead and name it the way it should be. Okay, so let's copy this, let's get back here and paste, and there you go, it's working. So I'm just going to click this button to copy, get rid of every other thing that we've got over here, then paste. So when we paste this, everything should be working perfectly well now. Let's get back here, and what do you notice? This is what we have. Now we have the home page, not the home page, the login page. So in a few seconds, we're going to go ahead and fix this so that when the user put in their email address and the password, they can go ahead and log in. So there you go. That's it for the login page. Let's go ahead and also fix the register page. So I'm going to come over to the private route, and hopefully you're beginning to get a gist of everything that's going on. I'm just going to duplicate this one, and this should be what? Register, or you could call it sign up or whatever you want. And this should come to the what? Register page. So I'm just going to grab this over here, and let's just paste it down here, register. So whenever we come over to /register, then we should see the register page. But for now, I don't think we're going to see anything because, we don't have anything in the register page yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get back to the templates thing. Remember, we've got this templates thing over here. I'm going to copy the register and paste it down here. So we copy the register, we'll paste it down there. And as usual, we're not going to grab the nav, only the footer and the section. So grab the footer and the section, come over to the JSX thing that I've got over here and paste it. So we're going to go ahead and copy again. And right now in the register page, all we need to do is just go ahead and I'm gonna cut this out and paste it. So right now, if we come over to our register page, we should see a very, very good registration page. There you go. Everything is looking great. Now, I think that's pretty much what we want to do. Let's just go ahead and fix these buttons over here. So when we hit the register or don't have an account, this is supposed to be login. So when we hit don't have an account login, it's going to take to the login page and vice versa. Okay, so what we simply need to do is at the top of the register page, you want to import something. So you want to import link, and this link is going to be coming from React Router DOM. Okay, so I'm going to open this up so you guys can actually see everything that's going on. So we import link from React Router DOM, and what I want to do is just over here where it says don't have an account, register now. Instead, this should be login now, and the text should be already have an account. Like the user already have an account. So I'm going to say already have an account. And instead of this, I'm just going to say, instead of href, this time around, we're going to use link. So if you're using href, then your page is going to reload before you get there. But this time around, I just want to use link. and I'm gonna redirect to the login page. Okay, so right now let's try it out again. When we hit this login now, okay, that seems not to be working. Oh, there you go. So it's not going to be an A tag. My bad. It's not going to be an A tag. This over here is going to be the link. So I'm going to get rid of this and make that the link. Also, let's get rid of this. And over here, what we need to do is to. So this one is going to be to login and link. So we're not going to be using the A tag again. Take note of that. We're not going to be using the A tag, but instead we're going to be using the link tag in React. So after we've done that, now we can click on this. Now when we click on it, it's trying to take us back to the login, but seems there's a little bit of an issue. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this again. Let's see what's going on. Okay, right now we are in the login page. This is the register page. This is the one that's supposed to be don't have an account register here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy the same thing that we've got over here, and let's hop back to the. Hopefully this is looking good. Yeah, hopefully. Then let's hop back to the login page, and just over here I'm gonna go ahead and paste this for the register here. So already have an account, register here, or don't have an account instead, then register now. Okay, register now, something like that. But we need to import link at the top. So we import link at the top. There you go. And yeah, so this should be working now. I'm gonna get back. Let's see where it takes us to. So this still takes us to login instead of the register. Okay, there you go, /register.